This armor is a sacred relic of the Adeptus Assaultus. We shall deliver it to our chapter master. Lord Kyras now serves the Dark Powers. You now serve the Dark Powers. This corpse god's space we stand in is not a sanctified shrine of your chapter. It is a fort to be plundered. And this land raider we have unearthed is not a relic. It is a spoil of war to be defiled and bent to our will.
My lords, come in. Do you read?
What is it, Whelp? Why do you interrupt?
There's your forgiveness, my lord, but we found another one.
Mate, makes me right proud to see these humans backstabbing each other. Still, let's show 'em how it's really done.
Gods have mercy, they're here! Lads, hurry! Get this thing moving! They're gonna slaughter us!
Split 'em open, boys!
Hey everybody, welcome back to Dawn of War 2 Retribution. This is the penultimate mission. I am still Niggeroth here. I have returning guest Plank here with me.
How's it going? Glad to see you use penultimate correct.
I know very few words.
Oh, at least you know a couple of good ones.
Yeah, the multi-syllabic ones.
Yeah.
I don't know, but hey look, it's Daisy. And that was... It's actually a bit strange that they decide to show off the Super Heavy that way, because the Super Heavy, like, none of the Super Heavies are that effective. Like, that right there is a Baneblade, which is the Imperial Guard Super Heavy. You cannot one-shot a Baneblade. You cannot one-shot any of, like, the Super Heavies. I don't know why they decided to show it off that way.
Yeah, Battle Wagon's more like a support vehicle than an anti-tank.
Yeah, pretty much a lot. Especially if anybody plays the Retribution multiplayer. There are some people out there that think, oh, well, Super Heavy, I can just let that go on its own. No, you cannot just leave your Land Raider, your Baneblade out there by itself, because they will die. They need to be repaired, they need to be, like, supported properly. Otherwise, they are pretty much useless, because a lot of them, once you get into melee range, they will stop firing or doing anything real.
That was pretty cool, though. A nice big blob of infantry throw at you.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what its cannon ability is called. It's good to some degree, but it ends up having a lot of line of sight issues, where if you're, going up an incline or something, it'll end up just like firing into the side of a hill rather than, firing directly at what you want to. There's no lobbing effect to it at all.
Those guardsmen were shooting at Brickfist as he was coming down. They were firing their las rifles straight up in the air. It was pretty cool. I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah, it's not something that happens too commonly. But, yeah, so basically, to give some summation to what's going on in this mission, this is a long-destroyed planet called Cyrene. I'm not sure if that was maybe in Dawn of War 1, but basically this planet was already exterminatus, 30, 40 years past, and I guess Kyras was basically hiding out on this planet since nobody would assume he would go back to an already destroyed planet. So he was hiding out here for most of that time. So finally it struck the Orks, as opposed to any other more intelligent race out there, that, this would probably be a good place to check, since there's no other places to check. So, process of elimination. And here I am trying to use Mr. Nailbrain to try to repair up the Super Heavy a bit, just because I haven't really been paying attention to it. But Super Heavy actually has quite a bit of health, and just having one guy repairing it's not really going to do anything.
You think they'd put repairs as like % health per second rather than a flat number? So
Yeah,
vehicles repair at the same rate. Like, you know, it's kind of ridiculous having Super Heavy take so long just because it's got 50,000 hit points and regular tanks have 2,000.
Yeah, especially since, like, the fact that it's a Super Heavy doesn't give it more armor. They kind of negate the fact there is armor with just giving it a lot of health. So it'll still get ripped apart by, like, anti-vehicle weapons. It'll still get ripped apart fairly quickly. It's just it'll take maybe a third longer than, you know, the next smallest thing, which I guess would be like a looted tank. The looted tank would probably get taken down in like 5 hits. The Super Heavy might get taken down in 8. So I don't know. But the enemy, like every you actually run into 3 different factions on this particular mission, as you have the corrupted Space Marines, you have corrupted IG, and you just have Chaos basically waiting here to, I think, try to get their hands on some ancient relic, which I think is supposed to be a land raider. So they each have their own little base to take care of, and they each have way too many vehicles just like chilling around to ambush you at their base.
I was gonna say, your camera work has improved considerably over the course of the Let's Play.
Yeah, I've noticed that there are certain times when, you know, or looking back on previous videos, I probably should have moved the camera a bit more. It's still a bit hard to, you know, position it very well. I think I just need a new mouse or something. But yeah, I've also been trying to keep like zoomed in more. Just there are a lot of animations that they put in, you know, with whenever Brickfist or any of them like instant kill something, there's usually a special animation that goes along with that. It's just that with most RTSs, like, you need to know the overall, you know, scale of the battle rather than...
Yeah, you need to be paying attention to the macro, not the micro.
Yeah. Like, I remember, like, there was another RTS that THQ made called Supreme Commander.
Yeah, Subcom.
It was a very good-looking game. It's just that there were so many units that you had to constantly, like, keep zoomed all the way out. Otherwise, like, most PCs at the time would just, like, chug to death.
Yeah. Played Subcom, I spent 90% of the game in the like overview where units are reduced to icons on a map, not an actual 3D model.
Yeah, but I mean, the Dawn of War, or at least Dawn of War 2 series, has been pretty good about keeping things within reason while still keeping like the enemies like numerous and still giving you a good sense of scale.
Also, I just noticed your Super Heavy was healing off the point.
Yeah, actually, it's a bit of an oddity, but yeah, just any of your headquarters. It doesn't even have to be one of the larger headquarters. Will heal vehicles. I'm not really sure why, but it's
nice. The shot from the Super Heavy to reduce it to half, the volley of grenades from Spookums, and then Brickfist crashes down and blows it up for the kill. That's just fantastic.
Yeah,
Combined
he's
arms from Orks. There you go. And who said Orks didn't use tactics?
I would say most Orks would say they don't use tactics. It confuses them. But yeah, this is where, like, the previous areas were kind of big and wide open. This is where it becomes almost kind of evident they didn't really think this out as a vehicle level. But, like, they purposely give you the Super Heavy for free. Like, for every race, you'll always get your Super Heavy if you have it unlocked for free at the beginning of the stage. But you kind of get to this point in the level where everything is just narrow. Yeah, it's narrow corridors, narrow streets, and lots of anti-vehicle. Like, stupidly large amounts, in fact. And it becomes kind of aggravating because, you know, you do want to use the Super Heavy, but actually bringing it into this area becomes very counterproductive. Like, you're gonna start noticing like the super heavy's health just like dipping down more and more. There's like these fucking I think tech marines that are just pounding away at the back of it, and it's like, oh no, it's about to blow up. And then pop back to life.
What the? Seriously, does it instantly resurrect every time?